Let's turn to our big focus story now. Delhi Commission for Women Chief Swati Maliwal has written to Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur demanding the ouster of filmmaker Sajid Khan from a popular reality show over allegations of sexual harassment levelled against him by several women during the MeeToo movement. The first episode of the reality show in question was aired on the 1st of October. The show is hosted by none other than Salman Khan. So it is one of those popular primetime television shows where Sajid Khan is featuring, drawing the ire of a lot of women, including those who spoke out against him during the MeeToo movement. Sajid Khan, viewers would recall, was suspended by the Indian Film and Television Directors Association in 2018 after multiple women accused him of sexual harassment. So now it seems all his misadventures, so to speak, are forgotten. Let me have Nakul join us to tell us more about this entire update that we are sharing on DCW Chief, Delhi Commission for Women Chief Swati Maliwal, writing to the INB Ministry. Yes, Nakul, over to you. Tell us what exactly is the Women's Commission stating in their communication to the Ministry. What is the kind of intervention sought from the Ministry?
Well, Bigg Boss 16, which has started on October 1, there have been many voices that have resentment, that have showed resentment against Sajid Khan being involved and being the housemate in this particular show. But today, the DCW chief, Swati Maliwal, in fact, she has written a letter to the Union and Information Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur, and she has said that she has also said that this is unfortunate that Sajid Khan is involved in this particular show. Now she has demanded that she's also seeking removal of the film producer and director Sajid Khan from this particular show. Now during the Me Too movement, many female journalists and actresses, they in fact spoke about against alleged sexual assault by Sajid Khan. Now Swati Maliwal, in her letter, she had said that it's very unfortunate that just a few years later, Sajid Khan is now participating as one of the housemates in the new season of Bigg Boss. Now, she has also said that it is being said that it is inappropriate for an alleged sexual offender such as Sajid Khan to be involved in the primetime show. Now, she's demanded, in fact, that Sajid Khan should be barred from participating in the upcoming this show, and investigations should be conducted against him. Now, the Bigg Boss show, which was started on October 1. Let me also tell you that right after the first episode which launched, there were people who started criticizing the makers in bringing Sajid Khan into the show and introducing him in the 16th edition of Bigg Boss. Now, Swati Maliwal particularly...
There are a lot of reactions, and I'm glad you pointed that out, because I'm going to read out some of them. It's important to see how women have reacted. It is important to give a platform to those women as well who are speaking out against Sajid Khan, expressing their horror that here is a man who, after all the accusations of sexual misconduct, not one, not two, as many as 10 women, according to the Delhi Commission for Women, came out and spoke, shared their ordeal with Sajid Khan, and imagine their horror when they see him reinstated, in a platform which has millions of viewers, millions of followers, as if respectably reinstated. Of course, it has caused a lot of hurt and anger among women. So let's play out the quotes that I was mentioning. Like I said, this has drawn a lot of ire from women who have spoken out against him at the shortness of public memory. Here are the reactions. Swati Maliwal, of course, like I said, is the DCW, I beg your pardon, the DCW chief. I would like that correction, please. She says, men who enjoy clout in the entertainment industry easily get away with abusive behavior. Then you have actor Devolina Bhattacharjee. She says, it is a simple thing. 9 women cast allegations, it's actually 10, on Sajid Khan. Not all of those 9 can be wrong. So quite shocked to see that 9 voices, 9 women, the voices of these women have got no value. They are pushed to the sidelines. And here is a man who is mainstreamed. Urfi Javed, fashion influencer, says, I would like to remind all of you that Sajid Khan has never even apologized to any of the girls he molested. Mandana Karimi, now remember, Mandana Karimi is one of those actors who spoke out against Sajid Khan. So when she sees this man on a popular reality show. She says, for people, life has become like, if it's going to benefit me and I can make money, who cares? So what she is basically saying, that it is all in the interest of business and it's a mercenary interest that is being served to the exclusion of the interests of women involved. Saloni Chopra, another actor, again, she was somebody who spoke out against Sajid Khan earlier. She says, I think it's pathetic that he's allowed that platform, yet I am not surprised in any way, because that is how it is. And it is really sad that we should have women, say this today, that I am not even surprised that men get away with this. Let me introduce here on the program Manvi Taneja, who's an actor. Joining us on the program also is Rekha Agarwal, advocate of the Supreme Court, and also Prachi Adhikari, actor and social activist. Thank you so much, ladies. Glad to have an all-women panel, and that's how I wanted it. And let me, before I begin the discussion, point out it's not just Sajid Khan, also Nana Patekar. Interestingly, among the first ones whose name came out in MeeToo, he also is now very much seen in national TV, interviewing the likes of Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde. There's a promo running of Nana Patekar as well, of him being the interviewer, and very respectably reinstated after all that happened in 2018 when Tanushree Datta came out and spoke against him. So I'm running a timeline of what has happened in the Me Too movement in India for viewers to grasp the whole context. But let me begin this conversation, Manvi Taneja. The fact of the matter is, very good evening to all you ladies, fact of the matter is it true then, from what we hear, that, how soon it will be forgotten is directly proportional to how large your clout is? Is that what you make of this?
I have a different perspective here. See, all 10 women who accuse Sajid Khan for sexual harassment are really working hard to get into this industry. And they are newcomers, they are strugglers. They feel that they have a mindset that they can put an allegation on someone and get famous overnight. If you talk about the statement coming from Sharleen Chopra, who was a part of a pornography film record, which happened 1 or 2 years back, she wants people to believe on her. ये तो ऐसे लगा ना कि 100 चूहे खा के बिल्ली हज को चली. And again, if you talk about so-called model Urfi Javed, who literally gets told almost 350 days in a year of what she wears, the kind of clothes she wears, and suddenly few members of society have shown so sympathy on her regarding what she said for Sajid Khan. I would like to tell you that if you talk
but I'm shocked to hear this, Manvi Taneja. Here is a powerful man, and here are women, like you rightly said, are strugglers. Look at the power disbalance here. What chance do these women have of being heard? And when we say this, it is actually proven that they have no hope in hell of being heard. And even someone like you are dismissing these women, saying they want 2 minutes of their fame. That is how it is going to be interpreted. Are you saying all of these 9 or 10 women came out and spoke of their ordeal? All of them have a vested interest. They wanted to make a career, and this was the easy way out. Do you agree, Prachi Adhikari? Do you agree with that?
With your respect, नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, because इतनी सारी लेडीज हैं और कोई झूठ नहीं बोलती. साजिद खान ने बिल्कुल ऐसा करा होगा, क्योंकि मंदाना ने जिस तरह से एक्सप्लेन करा था, कोई महिला इस तरह से नहीं करती. ये इंडस्ट्री ऐसी है, और जो स्ट्रगलर्स की बात कर रहे हैं, उनका खुद का करियर कैसा है, ये लोगों को जानना चाहिए. ये खुद अपने आप में एनालाइज करना चाहिए कि हम जो एलिगेशन लगा रहे हैं कि रात ही रात हम फेमस हो जाएं, तो ऐसे तरह के एलिगेशन लगा के कोई डायरेक्टर आपको अंदर भी नहीं देते. अगर आप इस तरह से झूठ बोलोगे, तो कहेंगे कि ये लड़की हमारे वहाँ आई और झूठ बोली, और वो खुद आपको डेफिनेशन का केस कर देंगे आपके ऊपर. कहीं ना कहीं सच्चाई होती है, इसलिए होता है. इस तरह से बात करना कि दूसरे का करियर नहीं चल रहा है, लोग रात फेम पाने के लिए खड़े हैं, उसका करियर क्या है, जो लोग इस प्रकार करते हैं खुद बताएं. कितनी मूवी कराए, बॉम्बे इंडस्ट्री को जानते हैं. देखिए, ये सब बोलना, खाली डिबेट में आके बातें करना, अनर्गल बातें करना, कहीं प्लेटफॉर्म मिल जाए, कुछ मिल जाए, पर्सन से फायदा मिल जाए, लेकिन ये नहीं चलता. अगर इतनी लेडीज बोल रही है, तो हमें महिलाओं की आवाज, वॉइस ऑफ दोज वुमेन इंडस्ट्री और किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में अगर महिला आयोग या कोई भी ऐसा कह रहा है,
You know, because I was going through some of these accounts when I was reading up on this, I actually wanted to know what were the ordeals that these women shared. And I'm going to read out one of them at least. 17-year-old woman, Sajid Khan touched me inappropriately, asked me to strip before him if I wanted a role in his upcoming film Houseful 4. Another actress says, he asked me to remove my clothes and stated if he liked what he saw, then I might get a role in the movie. Another one, in fact, another actress alleged during the casting of the film Himmat Wala, Sajid Khan asked her to strip, and when she refused to do so, he pulled her top down. Here is a man, according to these accounts, literally, you know, has been accused of tearing down clothes of women. You know, and this is quoted also by Swati Maliwal, where she says in her communication to INB ministry that these are the allegations which are very similar in nature coming from multiple women. And also another allegation states that the similar, again, very similar, he needed to see her body as he was the director of the film. In one case, sister of a victim has come out and alleged that Sajid Khan had asked the victim to take off her undergarments during a script reading. So it just goes on. You know, these are all accounts of women that I don't want to put out on the screen in any way, but you know, this is the kind of ordeal shared by women. I also want to know what is the legal safeguard for women then, Rekha Agarwal, because the system is so heavily skewed in favor of these powerful men. They have a veneer of invincibility. It's like, you know, at all costs, they want to maintain their power and status and money and will do anything to guard that.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, you know, all these allegations which you read out, you know, they make my blood boil. I'm sorry for I've got a very bad sore throat.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm sounding hoarse. But I think that all these allegations are so pathetic, you know, I mean, the kind of behavior that this man, this Sajid, you know, whoever he is, you know, he's absolutely, and I'll say that, you know, as I say that there's no business like show business and money makes the mayor go. So he's a powerful person. And all these allegations which came out, you know, these people, these young actresses who had the guts to come out, you know, I mean, instead of saying that they were trying to, you know, gain cheap publicity, I'd rather say that they had the guts, unke paas himmat thi bahar aake bolne ke liye. And though, of course, you know, a man can be tried whether whether he needs to be given the benefit or doubt, or whether he should be proved to be honest, or whether these allegations are false. All these things can only be tried out, you know, in a court of law. Whether there were any FIRs against under Section 354 Indian Penal Code for outraging a woman's modesty against Sajid, that time will tell. I do not think that any FIRs were lodged. But be that as it may, the MeeToo movement, which is a global movement, and if these women have had the guts to come and speak out, I'll say that there's no smoke without fire. And the complaints, some of the complaints may be exaggerated, some may be true, you know, but even one allegation, one person's complaint is enough. And I think that a little more sensitivity is required by the show producers. And, you know, again, giving such an important role in Bigg Boss to this person is like, you know, rubbing salt into the wounds of these ladies who were the complainants. So I think that though until a man is held to be guilty, under the Constitution of India, he deserves to be treated as an innocent person. You know, he'll be guilty, he'll be innocent until proved guilty. But be that as it may, all these allegations by 9 or 10, you know, young struggling actresses, if all of them have spoken like that, I think the producers of the show should have been more sensitive, more responsible citizens of India. And as you just, Swati or Maliwal or somebody just said that this person did not even apologize.
Yes.
So that means he's absolutely brazen. You know, he's absolutely brazen. Mera kuch nahi kar sakte. I'm a powerful person. And the
brazen like, because he can get away with it. No brazen like because he has the money, he has the clout, he has the support. If someone like Salman Khan is hosting the show and shielding him, what does he have to worry about?
Yes.
The biggest... Yes, the biggest name in the industry is standing behind him, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yes.
Manvi Taneja, when you have the backing of the top guns of men like Salman Khan, who do you have to fear? Is that how it is? And is that how it will be?
Absolutely, and I think that
accusations. And
I
as
think
you
that
said, that
literally, like, obviously, the
he
Salman
said
has sold his soul for
no,
this. He wants to
can
make
I
money
complete?
at all costs.
I'll come
No,
back
can
to
I
you, Rekha
complete?
Agarwal. Let me one by one.
As you
Manvi Taneja.
said earlier, that he has asked a female model to take off her clothes, and then only he'll give a role in his movie Houseful. Then I would like to say that you mean to say that actors who were working, actresses who were working in his movie like Houseful or Hey Baby, they have gone through the same channel.
No,
So
you can't
directly
make that argument. I'm sorry. I mean, they will obviously use their discretion. They know किसके साथ ये work करेगा, किसके साथ नहीं करेगा. We are no way saying that all the actors who worked in his movies must have taken their clothes off. Sorry.
you need to
Please
have
do
some
not
evidence.
extend
You
the
need to have
argument
some
like that.
evidence.
Please
No,
do
no,
not
you need
extend
to
the
have some
argument to
evidence.
all
You
the other
cannot say
actors
like
who have
this.
worked with
You need to
Sajid
get
Khan.
into the industry.
What we are
You
trying
need
to
to-
say is that
when
you
you
know
want to
the
enter into
vulnerabilities.
industry, you cannot
You
put
know
an
who are the
allegation because
vulnerable
they
women
have
who are
a
trying their luck in the business,
that
and you
you
choose
can
them
change
carefully.
the audience perception
That's what
overnight.
has happened,
Internet
and therefore today you will say that these are not women who have real stories. They are making it up.
You just need to put an hashtag and it gets trolled everywhere, and you can change the perception overnight. If you have a problem, if the woman is harassed, you need to raise up your voice then and there only, not after ages like
Do you
Rekha.
know how
She has
difficult it is, Manvi Taneja? Do you know how difficult it is to raise your voice there and then? When you are standing in front of a powerful man, when you are just beginning your career, do you know how difficult it is? And there is so much at stake. You are just learning the ropes. How can you take up a battle against a powerful man? It is every woman's story. I have heard this. I have heard this over and over again. I'm sorry, I do not buy that argument at all. That one can start a hashtag and taint anybody. I'm sorry. Prachi Adhikari. No, nobody is playing victimhood here, ma'am. This is a global phenomenon. It has taken a movement for women to come out and speak. We need to embolden those voices.
No, I will not raise my voice after
Even
10
the
years.
court, and Rekha Agarwal will tell us now about the law. Even the courts do not agree that the lapse of time can be an excuse not to take action against these predators.
And I go to the hospital after 10
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Sexual misconduct by a powerful man and an accident. You please do not extend the arguments all over the place. Let me have the other panelists speak. Let me have the other panelists speak. Prachi Adhikari, you go first.
देखिए बहुत गट्स लगते हैं, बहुत एजेस लगता है, कुछ लोगों को टाइम लगता है ये सब बोलने के लिए. तनुश्री दत्ता भी आई. हम मानते हैं कुछ लड़कियां होती, कुछ हम मान सकते हैं, कुछ होते होंगे, लेकिन इतना साजिद खान के पीछे बैकअप है. फराह खान, वन ऑफ द टॉप डायरेक्टर प्रोड्यूसर, उसका बेस्ट फ्रेंड उनको फरारी गिफ्ट कर रहा है स्टार के. देन यू हैव अ बैकिंग ऑफ सलमान खान. आपके पास क्या बैकिंग नहीं है, किसकी हैसियत है आपके पास बोलने की? बॉलीवुड क्या है? मैं बॉलीवुड नहीं हूँ. वी आर स्मॉल एक्टर्स. मेन लीड भी कर ले तो सलमान खान इतने नहीं है. उतना टाइम लगता है. दीपिका पादुकोण बनाया फराह खान ने, तो उनके सामने बोलेगा कौन? क्या कभी दीपिका पादुकोण ने आके बोला कि फराह गलत कर रहा है? जो बिग आर्टिस्ट है वो कभी नहीं बोलेंगे, क्योंकि उनको पता है वो डिप्रेशन में चले जाएंगे, वो कुछ हो जाएगा, वो खुद नहीं बोलेंगे. मीटू कैंपेन का आई अंडरस्टैंड, लोगों ने गलत फायदा उठाया होगा, लेकिन जो लड़कियां बेचारी जिनके साथ ये सब हुआ होगा, जितने गट्स लगते हैं, आपको लगता है कि उनको गेट के अंदर दूसरे देगा बाद यूज एंड थ्रो करते लड़कियों. तो हमारे सामने कितनी लड़कियां बर्बाद नहीं, सब बोलने की बातें होती है. जब आप रियल इंडस्ट्री में होगे तब आपको पता चलेगा. इफ यू हैव रियली वर्कड इनसाइड द इंडस्ट्री, इफ यू हैव रियली वर्कड इन लीड और एज अ करेक्टर आर्टिस्ट, तब आपको मालूम होगा. जब आप बैठोगे, इतने बड़े-बड़े ऑफर आते हैं, गलत बातें होती हैं. I've already spoken about इतने बड़े डायरेक्टर्स होते हैं, वो केस क्यों नहीं करते मेरे ऊपर?
Exactly, it's one thing not to take action against them, it's quite another to glorify them, to mainstream them, to actually give them yet another position of power. You know, to actually give them a platform, glorifying the person even more than what he had before. This is an elevation of Sajid Khan. That is what is painful. Rekha Agarwal also on the argument, time and again it comes up, that why didn't the person raise a red flag there and then? What was the need to wait for these many years, 10 years, 20 years later, women come out? There is no credibility. How do you respond to that?
I would plain and simple say over here that there is no limitation. There is no time period under which a person can make a complaint. And human nature is such, it is a matter of psychology that a female, a lady, will be very, very reluctant to come out in the public about the sexual assaults that she may have suffered during her career. It is, so that does not mean the fact that there is a delay in registering her complaint or coming out in the open. That ipso facto doesn't make it a false complaint. The only thing is that the person who's making a complaint will have to justify the reason for the delay. So, and of course, the standard reason is always the same, that I was hesitant, I was shy, I was scared, I was inhibited. And it is because of this MeeToo movement, or because of any particular NGO or anybody who's come to help me out, that today I have the guts to come out in the open and, make my complaint public. Because at that time, I was a young girl. That is what all these young girls would have to say, that this thing happened with me when I was just starting my career. So because of various reasons, I had to keep that complaint within myself, because otherwise that would have finished my career totally. So there can be 101 reasons for a complainant not to make the complaint, to the police or to any other authority at the time when she has been molested. That is absolutely human nature, and the law and the courts recognize this fact, and they give due respect to this reason for the delay in making a complaint is condoned. In any case, once a crime is committed, there is no period or limitation under which you can make a complaint. You can make that complaint at any time at all. That period for making that complaint gets extended.
Yes, so and let's use this opportunity also to educate our viewers who are watching us. Rekha Agarwal, could you add, while you are on this issue of how women can protect themselves, could you elaborate also on what is the system currently available for a woman to register such complaints? Because I'm aware there is supposed to be an internal complaints committee in all organizations. Even in film sets that are for a limited period in operation, it's a shoot of say 8 months or 10 months. Even they are supposed to have an internal complaints committee now. Is that system working from your experience?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. In 2013, a law has been made which is called the POSH Act. That is Protection of Women from Sexual Harassment at the Workplace. Okay. It is a gender-specific law for the protection of women. The definition of the word workplace is also extended. So it doesn't mean, so that means if a heroine is molested by anybody on an outdoor locale, that will also be deemed to be her workplace. A workplace doesn't mean a small room or an office. So the definition of the word workplace is very extensive. Yes. The definition of the term sexual assault is also very extensive, very, very vast. It doesn't have to be an actual sexual act. It can even be something as simple as staring at a woman. Even staring at a woman after the Nirbhaya fiasco in 2012. When in 2013 the law was amended and the definition of sexual assault under section 354 IPC has been given a very vast meaning. So even staring at somebody or even following somebody, which is called stalking somebody, or trying to peep into the toilet, into the keyhole, which is called voyeurism. So all these things have now become culpable offences. So any woman who suffers any such kind of an assault must have the himmat in herself to make a complaint. And the easiest way to make a complaint is by dialing 100 number.
Thank you so much. Yes, this is important information. Absolutely.
To the internal complaint committee.
We need to empower ourselves with the right information. And I'm glad I had Rekha Agarwal on the show to enlighten us on this aspect, because there is no excuse for not registering a complaint. And you will always have the likes of Madam Taneja who will question why you didn't complain. So let's eliminate that excuse at least. Let's speak up as and when it happens. That's one big takeaway for me from this conversation. Thank you so much, Manvi Taneja, Rekha Agarwal and Prachi Adhikari for joining this show.